Welcome my dear students. Today we are going to learning the next topic is data over the internet. Okay, the data in terms of internet primarily comprises the hypertext documents containing links that connects to other documents or files. So in the terms of internet, the data means it is a hypertext document. Hypertext document means any website consists of a multi hyperlink text. So these links uh, we are going to be open by connecting in the internet. Okay, these document may even include animation and multimedia components. So these hypertext documents contains the links. These links consist of documents or files. The files may be any type, whatever the files, it may be the animation or it may be the multimedia component. Okay, depending upon how information is displayed in the browser, we can classify the displayed data into two categories. So whatever the information is available in your website or in your internet through your website, we can get the information in the form of two categories. So how we are getting that information in the two categories? One is static component and another one is dynamic component. Static means never changes, dynamic means periodically changed data. Okay, so data in the form of hypertext documents. Okay, hypertext documents. Now let us see static component. Here static component includes the information displayed on the browser that does not interact with the user. Here the static component that includes the information displayed on the browser that does not interact with the user. Okay, so whatever the information displayed on the browser, it is not interact with the user. So it is unable to interact. It is fixed. It is just like as in a constant. For example, the text written in the form of a paragraph on the web page is a static component. So to understand this concept, if you open any website, whatever the text appear is one of a static component. Producing static component for the web page is accomplished by creating documents in HTML. So if you want to display this static component in your web pages, then these text has been designed in your HTML document. As we know how to develop HTML documents, right? So those are the whatever the text you have developed, it is a static. And next one is a dynamic component. Let us see dynamic component. Dynamic component imparts life to a web page. So if you observe these dynamic components, these are the give more attraction to your web pages. This component refer to a specification by which a user can interact with the web server. So by using this, we can able to interact with the web browsers. Okay, by using this specification, user directly interact with the web servers. Okay, for example, when a user fills a form on the web page, the text filled in various field is sent back to the organizing point of the web page. So for example, if you are creating any account in your Facebook or Instagram, then you are filling one form. That is one of a form which has developed in the web page, as we know how to develop a form in your web pages, right? Whatever the text you are filled in that field is sent back to the organizing point. So who has hosted that web page, they will get your data, whatever the data we have fed. Okay, this is a way a user is able to interact with the server hosting that web page. So likewise, the user is interacting with the server hosting that web pages. Okay, who developed that web page can get our data because he is hosting that web pages, right? To impart dynamism, a special program often called script is written in any programming language, include Perl, VBScript, JavaScript, and so on. So any web page, if you want to develop a dynamic component, then we have to choose that web page with some of a programming language. Then what are the programming languages we are using? We are using for developing dynamic programs such as Perl, VBScript, JavaScript, and so on. So by using these programming languages, I can make an effective dynamic component of our web pages. Okay, And some of the programming language used to provide dynamism to a web page are listed below. So we will see what are the dynamic programming languages for our web page. First one is Perl. Web server uses external programs called CGI script or CGI program, usually written in Perl, to communicate with other programs such as database and mail running on the server. So here the web server, okay, whatever the web server we are using for our external program, it is called as CGI script, computer graphics interface program, okay, or some common graphics interface script, whatever it may be, you don't bother about it. It is a CGI script or CGI program. Usually we have written these script or a program in Perl to communicate with other programs such as database and mail running on the server. So these programs has been written in your Perl, such as to connect with the database and also to run in your mail servers. CGI programs are generally used to process the information from an interactive form on a web page. And if you see these CGI programs generally used to process the information, generally used to process the information from an interactive form on a web page. So if you want to develop these interactive web pages, then these programs are generally placed. Okay, a typical application would be to search our database. So then what is a typical application? The typical application would be searching of a database. So as we are learning in your database, database is a collection of data. Okay, database is a collection of related data. Yes, for example, here it has been given. A user might search for the word white papers on a website. If any user is searching for a word on a website, the server receives the request, passes it to the CGI script, which looks up a database and responds with the appropriate result formatted in HTML. Suppose now we are searching any information in the Google, right? So that is a searching concept. Then the whatever the information we are typing in the search, it will be received by the server. We are requesting that content and the server process through the CGI script, through a CGI script as a programming language which is background, and it connects to a database and respond with the appropriate result. Whatever the request you have made, it will be getting for you. Okay, so that is in the form of an HTML. Okay. Next, JavaScript and JScript. Actually, these two are the powerful programming language. JavaScript and JScript is a programming language which runs on the browser. So these are executing on in your web browsers. Okay, Google Chrome, as well as Internet Explorer, as well as Netscape Navigator. All these are the browsers. These programming language will run in your browsers. It was developed by Sun Microsystems and was first implemented in version 2 of the Netscape browser. So then who developed this JavaScript and JScript? It has developed by Sun Microsystem. Okay, so Sun Microsystem is one of a famous organization which has developed this Java programming language also. Okay, and was the first implemented in the version of 2 of the Netscape browser. So this JavaScript has been implemented, developed the version 2 in the Netscape browser. So it is one of a browser like Google Chrome. Okay, JScript is a Microsoft implementation of JavaScript for the Internet Explorer. So if you observe here, the JScript is also one of a programming language. This has been developed by Microsoft implementation of JavaScript for Internet Explorer. So it is for your Internet Explorer browser. So for that implementation we are using JScript. JavaScript run on the browser client and does not require any server software. If you are using JavaScript programs, it can be directly run in your browser and does not require any server softwares. Therefore, it is often called as a client-side scripting language. So this is a very important question. Okay, so JavaScript is a client-side scripting language which is run in your local system, that is a client system. It doesn't require any server software. As all execution take place on the browser, JavaScript is responsible for the most interactive on a web page. whenever you execute execution has taken place in the browsers, JavaScript is responsible for the most interactive on a web page. So interactive in a web pages means, please observe, nowadays we are using the app converter, calculators, all these are the programs, right? Once it has developed in your browsers and it has been converted into apps. Okay, effects like changing of images, text colors and other things can be made possible through JavaScript. So if you observe your website, any website, the changing of images, text colors and other things, okay, these are the certain effects. It is possible by providing using JavaScript. By providing JavaScript, the language has also been widely used for basic form validation. Also, this programming language is used for your validation purpose also. For example, I have defined a name or a mobile number as my field, as a text box. If I enter other than number, okay, if I enter other than number, immediately it will show enter only numbers. So this is one kind of a validations. Okay, so this is a possible in your browsers or in your form, in your dynamic components. Then the programming language behind that dynamic components are either CGI or Perl or JavaScript. Okay, and next one is VBScript. Like JavaScript, VBScript is also a client-based language that has been developed by Microsoft and it runs only on the Internet Explorer. So if you observe, like JavaScript, VBScript is also a client-based language that has been developed by Microsoft and it runs only on the Internet Explorer. So it only runs on your Internet Explorer. Okay, so it is also one of a client-based programming language, but it runs only in your Internet Explorer. It has been developed by Microsoft. Although JavaScript runs on both Netscape and Internet Explorer, VBScript is easier to code when developing active server pages. So this VBScript is only running in your Internet Explorer, hence your JavaScript is run in both the browsers, either Internet Explorer or Netscape navigators. Hence it is easy to code VBScript, easy to code. Okay, when developing the active server pages, when we are developing a certain active server pages, it is very easy. Next one is active server pages. Short form is ASP. ASP is a technology promoted by Microsoft. So this is one of a main component of Microsoft corporation. Okay, yes, it uses some special tags which can be embedded in the HTML code to generate dynamic web pages. So if you observe ASP is promoted by the Microsoft active server pages. Active server pages consist of some tags, which these tags are embedded. Embedded means included. Where we have included these tags in your HTML code. If you included these special tags in your HTML code, then it is possible to create a dynamic web pages. Okay, then it is easy to create dynamic web pages. ASP script run on the server side. A typical user can use VBScript, JavaScript or JScript or a combination of both to write ASP pages. Whenever we want to design server side programming web page, if you want to design a server side programming pages, then what are the programming language we are going to be using? We are using either VBScript or JavaScript or JScript or the combination of JavaScript and VBScript. Okay, so whenever you are developing these active server pages, it consists of combination of VBScript or JavaScript. The great advantages in using ASP is the ease of maintenance of website. Then what is the main advantages of this active server page? It is easy to maintain our website. Okay, if you want to easily maintain our website, ASP is the one of the best thing. And next programming language is PHP. Okay, PHP is also one of a programming language, preprocessor hypertext. So question will be asked, expand PHP, preprocessor hypertext programming language. preprocessor hypertext programming language. Okay, PHP is an open source development environment to develop dynamic web pages. So if you want to develop any dynamic web pages, most of your seniors are doing this projects on PHPs. Okay, so this by using this PHPs we can easily develop dynamic web pages. Why we are choosing this PHP open source? Open source means it is a free. Okay, open source means it is free. Got it? PHP works almost like an ASP, but it is more secure and handles database more easily. PHP is also almost like your ASP, but it is more secure and handles database more easily. So comparative to your ASP, it gives more security and handles your database. Okay, what is the database? Database is the collection of related data. Okay, so group of related data. How we are maintaining the group of related data in the form of rows and columns, that you are going to be learning in your FIT. Okay, more easily. PHP code is embedded inside the HTML and can be linked to a database for generating dynamic content. Then what about this PHP code? Whatever the code we are using for the PHP, it is included in your HTML web pages. Okay, it is embedded means including. It is included inside the HTML and can be linked to a database. After including that code in your HTML web pages, then we are linked to the database for generating dynamic content. So after linking the database, we can easily to generate dynamic content. Next one is XML. XML stands for extensible markup language. This question has already asked. Expand PHP and XML. Likewise, it will be question will be asked for the 2 marks. So you should be very cautious. XML stands for extensible markup language. XML is a markup language that enables programmers to create customized tags. By using this XML, XML is a markup language that enables programmers to create customized tags. Okay, we can create customized tags. Customized means well organized tags, well organized contents. These tags can provide that much needed functionality presently unavailable with HTML. By using these tags, it provides much needed functionality. Much needed functionality presently unavailable with HTML means whatever the how we want to organize our content, it is well organizing content will be placed by using this XML markup language, which is not available in your HTML. Okay, yes. And next one is Java programming language. Java is a very powerful and object-oriented language developed by Sun Microsystems. Today we are using very smartphones. These smartphones are Android operating system. Android is purely written in Java and Kotlin. Okay, Java. So that is why it is called as powerful and object-oriented language. Powerful and object-oriented language. It's been developed by Sun Microsystems. Web-based Java applications are generally in the form of Java applets. If you are developing any interactive programs, that is web-based Java applications, these web-based applications are generally called as Java applets. They are small programs written in Java which are called by an HTML page from a web server and run on a Java compatible web browser. These are the small program written in Java. Web applets, Java applets are small programs that are written in Java, which are called by an HTML page from a web server and run on a compatible web browser. So these small programs has been written in HTML and run on a Java compatible web browsers. Okay, so that is the end of chapter 1. Hope you understand this concept. We will meet in the next class.